What's up, boys and girls? It's your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog, getting ready to go do some work for my family. Sorry, I had to honk. These little boys are all up in the road. I'm just going to get ready to do some work for my family and at the office with some data info. But look, here's the thing: how to rise to the top in America. Many people are trying to reinvent the wheel. They're trying to pull ideals out of their butt. They're trying to do all these things on, like, how do I rise to the top in America? There's got to be some hack, Erica. There's got to be some shortcut. There's got to be some nifty way that I can rise to the top without actually working. And only in America do we think that is actually true. Hey, how you doing, everybody who's joining the show? Hit the like button. Anyway, the funny thing is, plain and simple. This is how to be really truthfully honest. There's a million ideals. Choose one. Todd Capital, Charles Ogilvy, just posted a picture, and he was like, it was a guy who had a magnet on the side of his car saying, "I haul junk." And he basically stopped and talked to the guy, and the guy basically said that, he's been making $4 or $5 grand or whatever a month, or some odd dollars a month, hauling junk. He just slapped the magnets on, stopped by people's houses and asked them, did they have junk? Now, I'm pretty sure, I'm going to talk to Todd later, but I'm pretty sure the guy had a little iPhone and a little swipe if they want to pay him some money or throw him some ducats or whatever. And he has ways to recycle the junk when he gets rid of it. Bits and pieces that are recyclable. And many people will be like, oh, that's so much work, Erica. But that's how do you get to the top in America? Via work. And I think people really do believe, Erica, just give me the freaking hack. Give me the shortcut. Stop giving me this other stuff. And the funny thing is work. Right now, as I'm finishing out the marijuana course, finishing up all the modules, someone from another group I have, a secret group I have, they said, Erica, you need to put in there how to actually buy stocks, either via Robinhood app or E-Trade or something. And I said, well, that's so good. And the last couple phone calls I've had has alerted to me that people want to know how to buy stocks. So I will do that. That will be in the marijuana course. There'll be a section on how to hop on your phone, Robinhood app, and buy some of these stocks, and how to hop on an actual desktop and do it. Why? Because some of these stocks actually you cannot purchase on Robinhood app. Didn't know that till we tested it for the class. So now that we've tested it for the class, now that I know that, I can actually get ahead of ourselves and go ahead and put it in the messages, put it in the module, how to buy some of these, right? Then we're also going to show all kind of stuff in the marijuana class, but it'll probably Wednesday or Thursday. You'll see, I'll schedule the live to come on when they drop the course. And why am I doing this? Because how to rise to the top in America is investments. There are two Americas, really it's four, but there's two Americas coming up. Now, can you, guy or girl, have all cash business, sell stuff via yard sales, sell stuff on eBay, Amazon, all stuff, basically work in cash and make a lot of money? For sure. Oh yeah, you definitely can. Like that, there's space in America for that. There's a bunch of space in America for that right now. Still, you can work in cash. You don't have to be worried about banks. You could break probably $80,000, $90,000 a year in cash, in a cash-like business, PayPal, whatever, and be fine. But there's another side to it where it's something about you being in a fully cash business. You're going to be locked out of the investing side of America, and that's where people are going to rise to the top. I watched Glendon earlier, and I agree, a lot of it's in tech, but a lot of it's just investing, period. Because once I stuck my neck out there, hey, I'm looking to buy a rental, the flood box on my LinkedIn got, just flooding in messages in the blog. When I told people I'm going to Detroit, I've already have now 10 investors contacting me for Detroit, and I was actually doing that for my group that I'm in, Todd Capital and another group, going to Detroit, scoping the area, talking to construction people. And the key here is you rise to the top via investment and via action and via work. If you guys, a lot of people, the guy that's really popular right now is Deadbeat Affiliate. And people are like, they think it's hilarious. He does this whole smug where he's in a robe and he's like, you can work from home and be a lazy bum. And like, it's a joke because he works very hard and he's literally burning out. He literally made a video about it. There's several other YouTubers who made a burnout video. Now on my separate channel, away from this channel, I'm not going to name it yet because I don't want to get under somebody's bad graces here who let us do free traffic. I'm doing a whole 30 days meatless May, where we're going to have meals from Blue Apron and this other sponsored like chef prepackaged company. do the other blog, separate blog I have, separate sleeper blog, and all that stuff, showing Meatless Monday photos and some travel for May and June. And the crazy thing is, I can look at the growth of that channel and that blog and see, like, people look for easy. Now, what do I mean people look for easy? People want hacks, people want shortcuts, people want to, like, show me what you did. Okay, I'm gonna do that too. And only because I'm walking them through it, that's why they're watching over there. So, but on this channel, what I love about you guys is we're exploring different ideals of how to start businesses. You know, different businesses you can start, how to make money, how to get your business credit. You know, we're talking through a lot of things on here, and that's why I enjoy it. And so that'll be fun. Okay, so what I love about this channel is you guys are actually doing it. You're actually taking steps. You're actually joining Todd Capital and other groups I'm in. You're actually progressing. If you're watching this channel and sharing it, and people say, well, Erica, I don't see you don't have crazy numbers. And here's the thing, when I see on my analytics, over 2,600 of my videos were shared last month. 2,600. So that means y'all are sharing these videos. Thank you. I appreciate it. And the key here is how to rise to the top. You got to put in work, and you got to have documentation. So you can have an all cash business. You can have investments all over the place, but you got to have some documentation. You got to be able to show it. You got to be able to prove it. And that's where the cream and the crop are going to rise differently, because a lot of people are using their taxes to just write off everything and get down to the lowest number so they don't have to pay Uncle Sam. They're just trying everything in their power to write off everything. But all of a sudden, when it comes to them trying to buy a home, buy a house, buy a building, do stuff, they can't, because the documentation doesn't match what they're saying. If you're running around telling people you're making $300,000 a year, you done wrote everything off to that you only made $30,000 last year, you're going to hit roadblocks. You are going to hit roadblocks when it comes to housing loans. You're going to hit roadblocks when it comes to other types of loans. Now, everybody wants to run around and talk about, well, you can do business credit, Erica. You can do business credit. At the end of the day, some of y'all just have to have better documentation. Point blank, period. Better documentation. Say it again. Better documentation. You have to be able to prove where this money's coming from. You have to be able to show something. Even if you want to write off everything, that's fine. But when it comes time for you to buy, hey, make sure you have extra money you can pull out of your pocket for down payments, because you're claiming such low income. Okay? So look, how do you rise to the top? It's going to be investments. And what I'm really seeing right now in America, between the marijuana stocks and all this stuff, there's a young girl who's 26 years old. She's going to be the youngest Chick-fil-A owner in America. I think in America, or black Chick-fil-A owner, I don't know. But she's a black curly hair girl. She's 26 years old. She started working for Chick-fil-A when she was 15. She's opened up a brand new Chick-fil-A in Los Angeles, California. Not only did Chick-fil-A, she ain't got to pay no money. Pay no money, okay? Chick-fil-A is like, can you move from Atlanta to Los Angeles? Now, how did she get that opportunity? Work. She put in the work. Now, I wouldn't recommend everybody work 10 years for Chick-fil-A, but you can actually work a year for Chick-fil-A and start saying you want to own a franchise, and they'll actually help you, put you in there as an operator, which is called an owner, but they call it operator, for no money down. But the gig, the exchange is you have to work into the restaurant for like a year. And nobody likes that. Nobody wants to hear that, you know, like that you got to work a year. You got to work a year in a restaurant you own, but you owning it with no money down. So when people say, Eric, I want the no money down deals, I want the cool deals, that is the cool deals. There's lots of opportunities out there, but you just got to work. You got to put in the work. And a lot of stuff, if you have a 660 credit score and 10K, your foot's in the door for a lot of stuff, whether it's real estate, franchises, all kind of stuff. See, the key here is not to get caught up in the shiny, right? Because we're on YouTube, and some people are running around driving Lamborghinis and driving fancy cars, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when you make that an epitome of life, like that's life, that's living, having cars and bitches, like that's, yo, boo, that's not life. My goal is to have 40 grand a month cash flow coming in. Now, don't want to stop there, but that's where I want to start at. And how do you get there? Well, first you got to make $500 a month. Then you got to make $1,000. Then you got to make $5,000. Then you got to make $10,000. And what people, kind of miss the forest for the trees is they're still stuck at $1,000 because they want to skip that work hard thing and go to the new thing. That's just not how you rise in America. So I'm gonna look over some of these comments. But again, the marijuana course will have a section in there. One of the modules will show you how to buy stocks on Robinhood app and how to buy stocks via E-Trade account or whatever, Ameritrade. We'll do a walkthrough and show you how to do it, how to send your money up through and whatnot. But that's an important part. Like when people complain about marijuana laws, I'm being really honest. If you're not owning anything in this country, you don't own your house, you don't own your car, you know, you got crazy payments, you're rolling over debt. I meet people who roll over their car 3-4 times. So the car they got in the yard, they're paying $48,000 of a loan because they keep rolling over and being underwater in cars because they want to have cars, not houses. They want to have cars. So the key here is, if you don't own marijuana stocks, if you don't own any houses, you don't own anything in America, this country's going to be hella rough in the next 5 years for you. It's going to be so rough. There's an article they keep passing around about in 10 years, or I think is it 30 years. Everybody know the article I'm talking about? Blacks and Latinos will be broke. Half of America is broke. Not just blacks and Latinos. If you don't own your home, if you don't own your car, if you don't own some kind of side business, if you don't own a ton of investments, you're already broke. You're already behind and you don't even know. Many of you, I really ask this question a lot on this channel. If you lost your job tomorrow, what happens? You've got to be planning out 5-10 year plans. You really do. So let me see what you guys got in here. President Hudson, working 7 days a week. You know, here's the funny thing. I told my family I was going to fix something in the office and I didn't. And so everybody's like, well, you've been here all this time and you ain't fixed nothing in the office. And I'm like, hey, I got time for that. Sharita says she started a business due to me. Thank you. I appreciate you. Transform your whole life. Thank you. Don't make me screenshot all this. Hold on. See if I can screenshot it. It wouldn't let me screenshot it. How dare it? Yes, I started Grubhub to earn enough to invest because of you. Yes, let's clap my life as a single mom. Clap her. Yomi. I don't know if that's how you said it. Hello, I found your YouTube channel last night. I love your content and your honesty. Thank you. I appreciate it. Frankie Robinson. Hello. Judy Joseph. Hello. Frankie Robinson. Awesome. Vegan. So I'm not going totally vegan. I'm just going vegetarian. It's going to be 3 different shipping companies. They're going to ship the boxes to the location, and we're going to record and film it, and it's going to be 30 days of this meatless diet, meatless May, and kind of just tracking the journey, you know. So people like that. Companies will send you free stuff. You'll be amazed at what companies will do. Be Great. How do I join Todd Capital or other investment groups? I have cash and credit. Be Great. Todd Capital. Go look up Todd Capital. Go look up how to join an investment group on this channel. I've interviewed Todd Capital. His name is Charles Ogilby. Oglesby. Charles Ogilby. Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay, for sure. Yeah. So, yeah. If you don't own investments, I mean, I've been watching CNBC nonstop the last 3 weeks. And the reason why, here's the thing. About 25%, 1 in 4 Americans have a serious investment in stocks. A bulk of you don't know how to buy any stocks. And that's okay. Because, again, like I said in the marijuana class, we're going to make it so that not only can you invest yourself, but let's say you say, Erica, I just don't feel comfortable investing myself. But you want to go over to your Edward Jones office and give them $100 a month. You don't have to be 100, be 50. You can be $100 a month and be like, you can tell your Edward Jones advisor, this is the stocks I would like to purchase. These stocks and these stocks only. Don't go invest in other stuff. I didn't ask you to do that. Invest in this list of 20 and keep it moving. Because that's essentially their job. Their job is to work for you. So we're going to have a module about that. Starling Hunt, love your straight talk. Keep me focused. Yeah, I mean, you just got to decide, like, how do you rise to the top in America? Easy. You know, if you guys pay attention, 1% in America, there be truly 1% outside of New York and Los Angeles, let's be really clear, it's like $150,000. It's like $198,000 max. 250 really puts you over there. 398, which, because that really counts Los Angeles and New York, is like the 398,000. So let's say you have a business. I have like 2 dentists I know, an eye doctor I know. Their business makes more than that a year, but they have employees. They have like $1 million business, but they got employees, they got staff. So by the time you boil it all down, they probably got a $250,000 personal income kind of thing going on, right? Those people, I know, they travel on vacation almost every other weekend. They drop at a drop of a hat. They do whatever. They have staff in place of them, you know, because a lot of times people read the E-Myth Revisited and go, oh, doctors and dentists, they just work all day and night and they never get a break. That's not true. I know doctors and I know dentists, and their whole goal is to get an office, to hire somebody to replace them so they free up their time. Again, I told you about my friend who's a doctor. He's in, what do you call it right now? Residency right now in California. And essentially, he got so much money from his school, UCLA, in a grant, in scholarships, that he used the money to invest in startups in California, and buy a rental unit in San Francisco. That rental unit in San Francisco rents out for $17,000 a month. Airbnb. Now, why is that? Let me take my glasses off to make sure you hear what I just said. My friend in San Francisco bought an Airbnb, bought a condo in San Francisco, rented out Airbnb, $17,000 a month. I just want to make sure you guys saw my eyeballs. You know, some people complain that I wear glasses. But the issue is, people are like, well, that's a unique case. No, it's not. That's how you make money. That's how you make moves. 90% of people in this country, not 99% of people in this country make, well, 90% actually, make a bulk of their income via real estate. So just, you know, people want to do something new. I understand that. You want to like get in the marketplace and do new things. And I'm going to do this new thing. Boo. At the end of the day, success leaves clues. Make it simple on yourself. Stop trying to reinvent the wheel when you have no money. People are trying day and night to think of ways to hack around something. And if you could just follow the easiest routes, and I'm not trying to be an asshole, but if you could just follow the easy routes, you'd be there already. Some people are doing something 5 years in a row and you're like, baby, I love your energy, your ambition, but you could have been done already. You could have been where you're trying to go. People don't want to hear that though. Thomas Jackson, that's what's going on in crypto. The same thing. They got big money is coming into crypto and doing pump and dump. I've studied charts on DCU for finance. I just like when people try to tell me like, you don't know about crypto. It's a pump and dump scheme right now. A lot of them are. Sorry. Just being truthful. Hi, Erica. Love your channel. Learned so much already. Thank you, Katie Clayton. And Airbnb in San Francisco is rented out 100% of the year for sure. So I used to live there. Apple Mac, he has a lady who locked it in for 3 months. She's like, I want to be in San Francisco. And he was like, well, he was seeing if she was trying to negotiate a discount. She did not negotiate a discount. Straight up paid. Now, she may have paid with her credit card. She may have paid whatever. I don't know. But she creates, what she does is she creates like designer clothes. And like, because she's not a big name, like somebody else with a bigger name buys her stuff. Like she's just in her apartment, this condo overlooking wherever, and she's just designing stuff nonstop 24/7. So, I mean, she's got enough money to do that. So she's doing pretty good. So, hello, Cashmatic. Hey, yeah, we're not going to talk bad about him. He is pushing that over there. But we already saw last month or 2 months ago that company's owned by an Asian guy. Erica Williams is owned by Erica Williams. I'll just say that and leave that Mr. You-know-who alone. Erica Nicole, that's a hit. $17,000 a month, Airbnb. Yeah, that's where I'm heading. I have one currently I live in, and have to get one in Vegas so I can switch out and Airbnb my Florida house. Yeah, Las Vegas, there's an article. If you look up, there's an article where the guy bought a $90,000 condo in Las Vegas, changed the floor, changed the door lock, and did some other stuff. But essentially, he didn't do nothing but spend maybe $5,000 and making it look nicer. Went to Lowe's and made it nicer that weekend. Rents that bad boy out in Las Vegas for $90 a night. Airbnb. And it's a lot of people doing that. There's a marketplace for it. In Austin for a while, when I talk about the apartments being empty downtown Austin, that's what I'm talking about. A lot of those people came in for the Motor Speedway, from Brazil, from Argentina, from Mexico, buying up these $1 million condos and Airbnb them out. Oh, honey, if they could get New Orleans, I had a friend pay $200 or $300 a night in New Orleans, him and a group of friends. Because when people go to New Orleans, they don't go by themselves. They go in a group. It's like an event. You know what I'm saying? So you always can get, I'm not going to say you always can, asterisk there, but majority of the time you can get higher money in New Orleans. Let me see what you got else you got here. Like, I'll just say it this way. When you got rappers and strippers talking about investing something, you might want to not do that. That's all I'm going to say on those numbers. At the end of the day, you know, Oprah, people say, well, Oprah's not as rich as these other people. Oprah owns millions of dollars in real estate. I think $100 million in real estate. Now, some of them are a lot of these houses she owns in the middle of nowhere. But Oprah owns a ton of land outside the I-35 kind of highway. Because you know, it's always going to be a growth area in the future. But yeah, they did an article on Oprah years ago about where she owns just land all across the country. Oprah ain't stupid. She ain't going to be as rich as some of these other people, but she ain't stupid. You know, let's just put it that way. So Apple Mac, people don't know there are areas in San Francisco, like Russian Hills, where the rent is $10K a month. Exactly. And that's why you'll have people stacked like sardines in some of those San Francisco places. But again, if you're a person, and I'm going to be careful, but Charles Ogilvie had a thing he was playing, and it's true. He was talking about when he got interviewed, why do Black and Latino people hate gentrification in California? Why do they hate it? No one hates a place looking better. No one hates their neighborhood getting cleaned up. What they hate is they don't own. If you don't own pieces of your neighborhood when it gets cleaned up, what happens to you? The rent goes up. The rent just keeps going up, and you can't afford to live there anymore. But if you own that neighborhood, there's several people that watch this channel that are some of the subscribers who send me pictures and messages and Zillow and all kinds of stuff, and show me their mom and dad's houses that they bought back in the 70s and 80s and 90s, and the house is now worth $1.3 million, and they're trying to figure out how to tap the equity. And I thank you for calling me. I thank you for messaging me. A lot of times it's getting that personal credit cleaned up and having a game plan. If you're not making any money and all you guys are smashed up in your parents' house in California, it don't matter if the house is valued at $1.4 million. The house is falling apart. Let's just keep it 100. If the house is falling apart, you're not going to get the money. So it'd be best if your family got some Home Depot cards, got some Lowe's cards, and started remodeling and improving your property. So that when you go to try to get a HELOC loan or a refinance cash out, you can now take that money and your family can go live well. But when you don't have those options, or y'all don't work together to clean it up, guess what happens? Now you got to move. So not only do you get the short staff, you don't even get, you know, you get some money, but now you got to move and find a new place to live with the money you made from a house that you could have made more off of. That's not a win. That's not a win. So again, always on this channel, when people try to get you to do all these business credit techniques, 1, 2, 3 simple works for everybody. Clean up your property. Own your property. When you clean it up and you own it and you have your personal credit, you can go get refinance. You can go get HELOC loans. The reason a lot of people are upset is because last time in 2008, they got all those HELOC loans and refinance cash outs and spent it to pay off their credit card debt. Well, you going to run the credit cards back up? That's not how that works. You're supposed to, if you're going to do a cash out refinance on your house, I would say first I'd put 4 ways. I'd go get a rentals. I'd go get some peer-to-peer lending. And I don't just mean lending club. If you guys don't understand, Yale only has 6%. Let's just finish our statement. I would do some rentals, peer-to-peer lending. I would do some stocks. And then I would do some, let's be honest, ammo, silver, cash and bank, honestly. Now, why am I saying that? Why am I keep talking about peer-to-peer lending? Many of you get stuck on lending club. But Yale University, only 6% of their billion with a B, dollar endowment is in stocks. The rest is in, honestly, peer-to-peer lending, equity funds. Go grab the book Alternative Answer. You'll see it right there in front of you. Reason I knew I was on the right track when I talk about investing peer-to-peer. When peer-to-peer is that real estate crowdfunding, rich uncles, reality shares, all that falls under that. When I knew I was on the right track is because when the big money is going there, that's where you go. If Yale is buying up land and every piece of tree they can find, timber, products, if China's coming in buying all the land they can buy, timber, tree, products, farms, and own businesses, if you see China and India and Israel, Israeli citizens buying up Detroit, why are you not buying it up? Now, many of you say, well, Eric, I ain't got time for that. You know, it's hood, it's ran down. You don't got to live there. You ain't got to own it. You ain't got to stay right there with it. You can have people manage it for you away. And there's some hood managers up there. Trust me. Check out the Shay Show. I want to thank Oh, God, I don't know who it was, but you sent me an email about Shay Show. Shea Show. A guy in Detroit. He's hilarious. I'm going to try to see if I can connect with him when I go to Detroit second week in May. The key here is getting people like him to manage your stuff. So, let me check out some of these comments, and I got to go because my family's come to the office. Rent and taxes go up and you get driven out. Yeah, right now in Austin, there was a family, 5 children. Mama's 90 years old. Daddy died. The house is paid off. Nothing's owed on this house. They're behind on taxes $100,000. But the house is worth $400,000 in Austin, Texas right now. 2-story house, good bones on it, nice. Mama's staying with one of them in Houston because she's really elderly, needs to be watched. They're all in Houston. They all moved to Houston. And I go, well, what are you guys going to do with the house? Well, I'm not paying the taxes. And my other siblings won't pay the taxes, so I won't take control of it. So essentially, because you guys want to fight as children, as grown adults, no one wants to take responsibility to pay mom's back taxes. That's probably been going back for 10 years at least, or at least 2 years. Nobody wants to pay her taxes and then turn around and sell the home for $400,000. Where did they do that at? You basically have 5 grown siblings and their spouses fighting. Nobody wants to pay the back taxes, so that house is going to go up. That house is going to be gone. And they lost out on a $400,000 house. I mean, that's the silliness of it. You know how silly that is? And so when people tell me, Erica, wholesaling might not work. And I'm like, because people are so damn silly, they'll do silly stuff like that. They'll let go $400,000 just because their sister won't put her part in. And my other sister, if it's 5 adults and their spouses, each one of you give 20 grand, get the houses off the market, off the back taxes list, clean it up, you know, whatever y'all got to do, you know, do a easy clean up, maybe 5 grand more, and then sell the house for $400,000, keep it moving. Why are y'all throwing away money because you want to be petty? It's disgusting. So, Erica Nicole, facts. I own and love the change currently happening around me. Property values went up 10K in the last 45 days. So the house, you guys know, the big party house I was at, which was fun last year, we sold it. Well, my roommate sold it. And she bought it, let's just say she bought it for $280. She just sold it for $400 in Austin. So, do the math there. Do the math. You know what I mean? So, New Orleans is being gentrified as we speak. Live in the lower 9th Ward. Oh, honey. That was the game plan from jump 1. There's one street in New Orleans. There's one like 4th Ward, or is it 5th Ward? It was 98% black owned. They wanted that area. Like, whether they tell you that the truth or not, they wanted that area. Insurance companies made sure to screw everybody at that one. But what people don't realize is with New Orleans, every man, woman, or child who was in New Orleans during Hurricane Katrina is allotted by the government $250,000 via different grants and scholarships and loans and all this stuff to get all this money to you. Because the government pushed it through Congress. But guess what? Guess what they required? Now, here's the kicker. Proper documentation. You had to show your old driver's license, your old ID card, and a piece of mail. Who had a piece of mail in Katrina? Where would they have a piece of mail to show you their piece of mail plus their ID card? I remember them people saying at the Dome they had nothing but the shirt on their back. They didn't have a wallet, they didn't have a purse, they didn't have nothing. They just left. So you're basically telling me, and there was a group of guys who were in a halfway house. So you couldn't put the halfway house on your ID card or some reason, something crazy. And because they couldn't prove they were in Katrina, they don't get that money. It's a boondoggle. It's a straight up boondoggle. It's a way for them to crap all those people out of that money. And it's been 11 years and you know they're never going to give them the money. Because you got to have a piece of mail and documentation showing you stayed in Katrina during that time. Who has a piece of mail from a flood? Who? Who went back to their home, which half those homes were gone, to get a piece of mail? Come on, people. You know what I mean? You know a sham when you see it. So again, I've met people who live in Austin, Texas. This girl told me she ain't been in New Orleans in 10 years. I was like, damn. She won't plan. She left and she was never going back. So, Bo News, I want to be on. And then we get some real property. Yes, that's right. Yeah, Erica Nicole, what part of Florida are you in? Please share with the audience. I've got a couple investors in Tampa. The one that's a nurse that was a single mom. She's been investing and people like, I can't do it, Erica. I'm a single mom. Hello, single mom nurse. has 5 rentals, and now her new man she's getting ready to marry are flipping property. So yeah, you can do it if you want to. Keyword. I would like to do tax liens in ATL or surrounding states, but I work a 9 to 5 and don't have time to do remodeling if I get the property. So 90% of the liens I focus on are ones that are just giving me interest. If you want to do straight up tax deeds, then you would just manage a company. You'd get a property manager to fix it. Not just a property manager, but like, you ever see Hood Estates? Go on Instagram and look up Hood Estates, HOOD Estates, and they get tax deed all the time, and they do the actual work. Now, what you would do is you'd be finding a construction company, or like a guy who has what we would call a handyman company, or he'll, on his description of his company, he would basically do the whole project for you. He'd be a project leader, however you want to say that. They have different names, but again, Eric Single One E Franklin will do other videos on that. They too busy buying hair. Who is buying hair? That's crazy. Kilpatrick is still locked up. They need to fix the situation in Flint. I mean, the reason why people still live in Flint is it's super cheap, but they could have moved down the street to Detroit. You know, I know some white friends whose parents still live in Flint, but they live on the other side of Flint, and they're like, their water's fine. So I don't know the Flint situation per se. Apple Mac. Hey, Erica, it was me who sent you Shea Woods. Thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate that. Terrence Sneed. What was the name of the book? Alternative Answer by Bob Rice. Alternative Answer. It's a red book by Bob Rice. Do not send me an email asking me what was the name of the book. Rewind this freaking video. I've had you guys do that, and that's crazy to me. You just rewind a video. You do have to just slow down the speed. I'm a fast talker, fast thinker. Slow down the speed if it'll help you. Southern California, Southern California, think about it. The utility companies for the DMV. I mean, it was hellish. A lot of that stuff was closed down. New Orleans, if you don't understand anything about New Orleans, I hate to say it this way, they were behind the scene anyway. Their schools were raggedy. They had behind the scenes technology that was old. So a lot of that stuff got washed away. Computers. This one lady was crying because she was saying a town, it was like right near New Orleans, their courthouse got washed completely out. So all the birth records, all the marriage licenses, everything was in the basement. I don't even know why they have a basement in New Orleans. It floods. Why would you have a basement of a courthouse? I don't understand, but that's where they kept the records. It was on a documentary on Netflix, but essentially this whole courthouse where people were like, we can go and prove we were here and do all this stuff. They go, honey, and they showed pictures. It was just flooded out. So the ink and everything, it was a wash. But somehow, a lot of people, I hate to say this, Southern California, a lot of people don't change their mail. Like, I moved 3 times in Austin. I didn't change my address. I had the same address on my driver's license. When the police asked me at any time, like, yeah, it's the same address. That's the same address. I don't even and so I could imagine people living in New Orleans not changing their appropriate address. And if your address didn't match the mail or the utility bill, you weren't going to get the money. But yeah, it's been a national boondoggle, and they're still trying to figure out, okay, Congress allotted this money to these people. Why don't they get the money? They don't have documentation, which is just ridiculous. Erica Nicole, Walton County, Destin. Military people, Destin. Hit that live button, y'all. Hit the like button. I appreciate y'all. I really would like y'all to do that. I appreciate that. Erica Nicole, living on the beach, getting paid. That's right. Do you ever roll through Gainesville, Florida? I have a cousin in Hollywood, Florida. She owns a rental. And then I have a cousin that's over by St. Pete's. Calvin Adams, 15. Erica Nicole, $2. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Y'all hit that super chat. Thank y'all. Appreciate that. Thank you for happy Sunday to all of you. But yeah, again, all these things we're talking about is how to rise in America. You know, you make it easy on yourself. And people may get mad at me for all these videos. They may think I lean conservative. I don't care. But what I've learned is when you, $1.99 sterling help. Thank you. I appreciate that. Apple Mac. Everything in New Orleans is done by design. 100% corrupt. I know because in New Orleans, I'm in New Orleans by way in Frisco during Katrina. Yeah, New Orleans is one of the most corrupt places ever in America. No, not New Orleans, but Louisiana. So, I mean, it just is what it is. So again, I'll be going to Detroit second week of May. The marijuana class will be dropping next week. That's Wednesday or Thursday. We're finishing up the last sorry, yeah, that probably was to Erica Wilson. My bad. Just put the @ sign when you talk to people in the chat. Sorry. What else was going on next week? Gosh, what do we have else going on next week? I might let y'all see the other channel, what we're doing, the Meatless May, but that'll be in May. Gosh, what else are we doing? I think we're doing some kind of affiliate video. I can't remember all the videos we have lined up, but we have some good stuff lined up next week, and I will definitely keep you guys posted. People who are on the email list, you already know you get the special deals. It's over at the blog. But anyway, everybody, this is Erica, Classy Climb Blog. Thank you, everybody who gave a super chat. You guys are the best. Sterling Hunt, Calvin Adams, and Erica Wilson. If I missed anybody on that list, I apologize. But again, thank you guys. I do talk fast. Said, don't go to Detroit. That's my neighbor. Hey. Anyway, I am invited. Thank you. All right, everybody. You guys have a great day.